Welcome to the third pub football special. Miles and Jimmy here, as we are all the time. Instead of just looking at the results from the previous Premier League weekend or previewing the fixtures from the next Premier League weekend, this is the third episode in a little mini-series we're doing, looking at some of the topics that we like to cover. If you want us to cover a topic, put it in the comments below this video. You can also send us a private message as well. Remember to like and... We have had a couple, and we'll try and get through all of them, but this one I think is really relevant at the end of the transfer window. Like and subscribe to the channel as well. Please hit that little alert button so that you know every time we post some content. So today we are doing what we think teams still need going through the rest of the season. The transfer window closed last Friday. Most teams will still have a problem area.
Yeah.
Most teams.
I think every team nearly, apart from probably Liverpool.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go from the bottom of the league to the top. We'll quickly go through what we still think each team needs. Norwich City, where to begin?
They need a new 11, don't they?
No, they need goals. They play really well, but
Yeah.
Pukki has been scoring, but when he doesn't score, goals don't come from enough other areas.
Yeah, the young Irishman, who's it? Ida?
Adam Ida.
Yeah, who obviously came in and scored a hat-trick in a cup game.
But he's a reserve striker. I mean, from the pitch. Todd Cantwell scored a couple, but you want another player who can score 5, 6, 7 goals during the season.
Yeah, you'd like to believe their midfielders would chip in with, as you say, enough to make you go, oh, fair play. But apart from Pukki, that is it, isn't it?
Yeah, Cantwell scored 2 or 3, I think. It's not been many.
Grant Hanley being allowed to play Premier League football is just a travesty.
Yeah, I would say probably a centre-half as well. But if you were going to strengthen one area at Norwich, what would you buy? If they said, right, here's the money for one player,
I would buy centre-half.
But
to be fair, I'd already be looking at it as a championship player.
Would you?
Move forward, yeah. They're going to go down.
Okay.
And I'd look at it and go, do you know what? That squad is actually quite a good squad.
Okay, but let's just think of it to stay in the Premier League.
I
think it's goals. I think it's goals they need. Because they don't concede loads. It's goals. I would buy an attacking midfielder. So they've got Cantwell in there, but I'd buy another player who will score a few more goals in that area.
You could have taken, if they had enough money, a chance on someone like Ollie Watkins.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Give
Someone
it
in the attacking areas. Ollie Watkins. That's who I would have gone for. Watford's is interesting because their first team on paper is quite good.
Strong.
And it doesn't need much work to it, besides potentially a left back.
Left back.
I don't mind Kabasele and Dawson.
Kabasele, obviously Yanmat's right side, isn't he?
Well, Yanmat does play. Kiko Firmino plays the right back, and he's been playing left back with Mariappa at right back under Pearson.
Who's the other left back?
The left back. Oh, Adam Messina's playing actually really well, to be fair. Scored on the
I
weekend.
think centre half is a big issue.
They got Kabasele who played well. He's not been that good this season. Dawson's okay. You know what you're going to get from him.
I think they keep conceding from corners, and I don't know if it's a massive issue in terms of what they're doing when they line up. But you look at it and go, if you could get a top quality centre half at the back for Watford, they're a really good side.
I even look at someone like Adam Webster.
Oh, great! Just someone who's
Brighton
on the periphery, who you think, do you know what? Give him 6 months, he'll be an absolute diamond.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've mentioned Ake in the past, but he'd never go to Watford. But if he did, that'd make a massive difference.
So centre half for Watford.
Yeah, 100%.
West Ham. West Ham need a striker.
Yes, I love Antonio. I love what he does. I quite like Haller, but he doesn't score enough goals.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
the
actually,
mix
no,
of
they
both,
don't.
isn't it?
No, they don't. No. Before a striker, West Ham need a central midfielder. Mark Noble's legs have gone. He's still playing well this season. It's admirable, but he's not the player he was. Declan Rice is struggling. Jack Wilshere's always injured. He's out for the rest of the season, I think. They need a central midfielder.
And that's what they might have done. They've got obviously Souček, who's coming from, I think, Sparta Prague.
But is he going to be good enough?
Bought him for 17 million. By the sounds of Moyes, he didn't want to buy him.
Which doesn't help.
So
they're going to need another one.
So yeah, but he was the captain of Sparta Prague. He'll bring some leadership. I don't know if he's any good. We'll find out in the coming weeks. But as you say, they needed some proper quality in there. And
Top quality.
yeah, if they have that, and the rest of their team is great.
I'd even look at a Tom Cleverley from Watford. Would be fine.
Yeah. You'd even look
Will
at
Hughes.
Harry Winks if he got out of favour and go, do you know what? Can we nick him on loan or something? That's all they really miss, because going forward they're great, and as you say, they're just missing goals. I quite like their attacking players, but they're not.
It's the midfield
consistent.
link that they're really
And
struggling
Declan
with.
Rice isn't good enough at the moment, unfortunately.
No, but part of me thinks that that's because there's too much on him.
Yeah.
Because there's not the players
There's
around
not
him.
someone next to him to stand up and go, right, I'll do all of that. You just sit there and win the ball back.
As much as Noble has that mentality in his head, his legs won't let him do it anymore.
No, he'll do a 60-minute job, tops.
Aston Villa. This is tough because there's a few areas. Jack Grealish is the only creative spot they
Yeah,
have.
I was exactly the
Their
same.
midfield has been terrible this season, especially since John McGinn has got injured. Marvellous Nakamba's been pretty poor. Conor Hourihane hasn't done a lot.
Yeah.
They've been fairly weak at the back. Tyrone Mings is good, but he's had a bit of a wobble. I can't see him going to the Euros. Their fullbacks aren't great. Neil Taylor gets games, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
They're struggling in quite a few areas, and up front they've not been good enough. But they've brought in this striker, first Tanzanian,
Yeah,
whatever,
Tanzanian,
first person from Tanzania to score in the Premier
Sorry,
League.
yeah, right.
To start in the Premier League, play in the Premier League, and score in the Premier League now in his first game, so that could work out. And they've got El Ghazi on one side. Trezeguet looks okay. It's weird. I can't pinpoint it, but I don't know if it's a box-to-box midfielder that maybe they
They're
need,
just
or a
another,
holding midfielder.
they're another team who have all the tools, but are missing the spark. And apart from Grealish, as you say, McGinn was massive. Losing McGinn is
McGinn
huge.
was the other spot.
And that is what they are missing. I agree with you. I think their back two is wrong at the moment. I don't like Engels and I don't like Konsa next to Mings. You need someone better than that. And they
But their
can't.
fullbacks are poor as well.
Yeah, I agree. And obviously the goalie at the moment is not what you want with Heaton out. Who's number
No, they've got Pepe Reina in. He's
Oh,
great.
Pepperoni. Sorry, I was thinking the other bloke. Who
Oh,
came
no,
and
the other.
said,
Yeah, that's
he's
why they got
terrible."
Pepe Reina in.
Which they've strengthened wisely.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot wrong. They're just
One position then.
they just don't have enough spark going forward. And
So you think it's still Spark?
yeah, it is. Well, apart from Grealish, who else is going to score?
It's true. Well, so we'll see how Samantha does. Samantha
Yeah,
does.
yeah. El Ghazi doesn't offer a lot. Sorry, Trezeguet's poor.
So you go sort of winger forward.
Yeah,
Ollie
someone-
Watkins, second time he's come up
An
in this.
inside forward, someone
Yeah.
who just does something. You go, oh, well, that's quite good, isn't it? So,
Mikel
yeah.
Antonio did great at Aston Villa.
Yeah, just someone like you look at the Championship. You go, Leeds are flying, West Brom are flying. Could we nick someone?
Well, they're not. Both of them are stuttering actually at the moment.
Well,
Really
agreed.
struggling.
Fulham are the one.
It's Fulham and Brentford. Like even Cavallero's just signed for Fulham for 15 mil.
Yeah.
Could it have been him?
Yeah,
You've
Helder
got,
Costa at Leeds, who hasn't done a lot, but he's quite handy.
yeah, but then Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins is the man ready to step up to the Premier League.
Yeah,
Really
there are a few
is.
in the Championship who could do that, definitely.
Bournemouth. They need a striker. Well, they've got Callum Wilson.
I think their entire team is underperforming so much.
They've got. If Brooks was fit, it would be huge.
I
It'd
think
be a
you could
massive
go
difference.
if Wilson was scoring goals, if Fraser was doing something.
If Brooks was fit.
Yeah, if Brooks was fit, if Ake was maybe playing a little bit better, I think he's playing great. I think the fullbacks are a massive issue. I think Rico alongside.
Yeah. They need. Well,
Rico's poor.
they need refreshed fullbacks.
I think they need a
They need
refresh
central
back
They need
four.
central midfield as well.
I think you could go from the back four to maybe
The thing is, if they play Mepham and Ake, it's all right.
But we mentioned this when we watched the Arsenal Bournemouth game that we don't think Lewis Cook is going to come through.
No.
Like he should do, and that is a major issue for me.
Central midfield.
Yeah,
But
someone to
then
sit-
they've got Jefferson Lerma. They've got some decent enough
Oh,
players in
Billings is a good player.
Yeah.
I agree, but that back four is an issue. Either side is an
there.
issue.
I'd go fullback.
Yeah.
I'd buy fullback.
They probably should have got Danny Rose.
They probably should have got
Yeah.
Danny Rose. Brighton.
There's not a lot wrong with Brighton. I quite like Brighton.
Yeah, maybe an X Factor player through the middle.
I think I think Gross has done okay. I think they brought in
But again,
Trossard,
it's
who's
an
decent.
X Factor player through the midfield.
Yeah, I think David Proper does what he needs to do. He's
That's
up
what
and
I mean.
down.
But that's what I mean. They've got the
Paramoy's
two.
okay.
They've got the do what you need to do players in there. They don't have someone who even someone you could bring off the bench who could add a bit of sparkle to the midfield when they need a goal.
I think they were trying to get. They've got this bloke, an Argentinian. I think it's McAllister. He's gone back on loan to an Argentinian club. He might have been the difference.
But they've not got him for the rest of the season.
Well, that's the thing. They're trying to get him back from his loan because he might have got offered something slightly different through midfield.
Yeah.
But apart from that, they're all right. I think they'll be fine.
But I say if I'm buying a player, it's a midfield. It's an attacking midfielder.
It's someone who can do box to box and score goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're missing.
Crystal Palace. This is tough. I think they're fine at the back. Fine at the back, absolutely fine. Back four, no problem. Right back, maybe. Maybe they need a right back. Playing Joel Ward and Mark Kelly.
I think they're very similar to Brighton. I think they're missing that X factor in midfield. They've got so many bog standard players who don't really do a lot. Milivojevic,
MacArthur's their attacking
does
midfielder.
nothing.
Yeah.
Max Meyer, I think should get more game time. I quite like him.
Yeah, maybe
play.
they have the player who's just not willing. I think the doing the Crystal Palace fan show on Love Sport, they identified right back and centre forward. Joel Ward starting, but beyond him, it's Martin Kelly who's a centre back.
Paul. Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree with that. I think a lot of the teams in the bottom half need that someone from midfield to do something different.
Yeah,
and they can find that definitely. There's someone in the Championship who can do that.
I'd buy a right back. Southampton have got a good side.
Yes,
I'll be the first to say it.
Yeah,
Southampton got a very good side. Maybe go goalkeeper. I like McCarthy, but do I think he's great? No, and that's why they dropped him for Angus Gunn. No, they dropped him for McCarthy again.
But would you go with either of them?
Yeah, that's the thing. No, probably not. McCarthy's all right, actually. To be fair, their back four's fantastic.
Got Walker Peters in.
They've got rid of Cedric. Yeah, they got Walker Peters in, but they've got Valerie there as well. He's all right. Their midfield is fine. Højbjerg, I'm a fan. Ward-Prowse is playing really well. I think Nathan Redmond's doing well. Danny Ings up front is great. I don't know what more they need. Maybe another winger.
I think they just need bodies, don't they? But overall, their team is a very good side.
If you're buying one player, what would you buy?
I'd buy a top quality centre half. I don't know where you get him from, but you'll find him.
You think they're better, but they'll get better than what they've got?
Yeah, I think you could.
Who have they got there? They've got Bednarak and
they've got Jack Stevens.
Jack Stevens is playing very well.
I don't disagree, but I think if you look far enough, like everyone's going to Austria to go to Red Bull Salzburg to buy their players, you could probably nick someone quite cheap. He'll be great for a couple of seasons and go somewhere else.
Fair enough. Newcastle. Oh, Newcastle. They need a centre forward. Easy as that. Andy Carroll's doing a very good job, but Joel Linton keeps starting, Joel Linton keeps failing. The rest of their side's fine. Almiron's doing well, and he's started to come good in terms of.
Oh, you suddenly like Almiron?
No, I don't love him, but in terms of where Newcastle are, I think he's fine. Alan St. Maximin's decent. The back four's steady enough.
I think it's that back line. I think
they're doing right. Yedlin's playing well. Cher and Lascelles are good centre halves. They've been playing three in there with Dummett, which is fine. And then they've got Jetro Willems, and now they've brought in Danny Rose. That's a completely fine. That's a good working back five. Their goalkeeper, Dubravka, has been fantastic. The midfield has been solid. Striker. They need a striker.
I don't disagree. I think if you were given 20 million, you could probably buy 3 or 4 players that would.
But they wouldn't. They'd buy one striker.
They would, and he'd still probably do terrible.
They need a striker. Burnley.
I don't think you need to strengthen anywhere. Burnley, they just do what they do. There's no area of that team. I think, do you know what? They could get someone better. I quite like Burnley. They just do what they do. They're all proper.
Right back.
They've got
Loughton and Bardsley have sort of been in rotation.
I don't have an issue with that. The way they play. Big
but we're talking about what they need, mate. Everyone needs something. Everyone could buy something. Is there a backup? Is there a depth? If there's a depth they need somewhere in the squad?
For me, Burnley need a change of style. That's what Burnley need.
No, because they'll get relegated. Stoke tried that.
I don't care. I'm so bored of watching the long ball from Burnley. But it's what they do.
It works.
Maybe a box midfielder who does something.
Yeah, maybe. I
quite like Jack Cork, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, box to box midfield. We'll go another body in central midfield. But they brought this guy in actually from Bristol City in the midfield. He could do it.
Oh, yes, captain, yes. Can't remember his name.
Brownhill.
Brownhill. Yeah, he's actually a very good player.
Yeah.
But again, it's so Burnley. He's just up and down. He'll work hard.
They just need squad depth. I would go right back. I'd go good right back. Would sort them right out. Arsenal. What do Arsenal need right now? Central midfielder.
A top quality centre half. I know
we've got Mari.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he's 26. He's not young. He needs to hit the ground running.
He was at Man City, so he's got pedigree.
He was at Man City, but he never played.
No, but it doesn't mean anything. A lot of people
go
away from Man
He's gone back to Brazil. No, but he's gone back to Brazil. He's not got to move in Europe.
No, I get that, but I think he could be one that hits the ground running.
I just mean he's 26. He has to. This is not a 21-year-old who's there for the future. It's not a 20-year-old, 19-year-old.
I get your Spurs fan who are very, very cynical.
It's not that I'm a Spurs fan, it's that I didn't realise. I thought you bought in a young centre half.
Oh, no, I agree. When I saw he's 26, I went, okay.
Yeah, that means he has to start playing now.
I agree.
He's older than Rob Holding.
But, right, stop. So he might do that. Right, stop.
Yeah,
He's got all the attributes to be a very good centre half. He's tall, he's good in the air, he can win tackles, he can play up and back. He's left-footed. We need a left-footed centre half. And I think he could be very good. Do I think he's the answer? No.
So you still think you need another centre
I think we need a proper centre half, a commanding, in a sense. I don't like Harry Maguire, but I like what he has about him. He's got that presence.
Yeah.
And as you say, Gary Cahill at the start of the season would have been brilliant. We still miss that top quality central midfielder next to Torreira. Just someone a bit different that's not Xhaka.
If you could pick one.
Oh, I don't know.
No, because that's the point. If you could pick one, what are you going for?
So, in my eyes, Torreira sits, wins the ball, and gives it to someone next to him who can do the box-to-box stuff. I can't think of anyone off the top.
No. If you could pick one out of midfield and centre half, what would you buy?
I would go with a central midfielder. I think Mari will be good enough for the meantime.
I agree. Arsenal need a central midfielder. Everton. This one's tough because Everton look like they've got quite a bit, but
centre half.
You think a centre half?
Yeah, I like Holgate. I like Mina.
But that's all they need.
But I think there might be a little bit more quality there. I really like Holgate. Central midfield.
I'd still go centre forward. I'd still buy in a good. If they bought in a really good centre forward, they'd be fine.
Would you have sold Richarlison
for 85 million potentially? But I also they only had 20 hours left to get somebody. So
would you have taken the hit and the gruntle of the fans for 6 months to then go? We've got 90 million there to go and spend on the squad.
But then in 6 months, 90 million means so much less.
And I think they'll come back in again as well.
Yeah.
I think they will, and they'll probably offer more.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I would have.
No.
Not under those. If they'd asked that at the start of the window, yes, but not at the end of the window.
I quite like Everton. I think they've got everything to be a good side. They're just not.
I think they need a top centre forward to play between Richarlison and somebody else.
Yeah.
That's what I'd buy. Wolves. I don't know. They've got everything they need, really. I'd say a backup striker.
Yeah, I would say they had the Italian bloke who then obviously went back to Fiorentina, I think, who didn't hit the ground running.
Yeah.
I'd say Crotone.
Crotone. I'd say a backup striker. A good backup striker who can come in during match on every week, who'll play every week, come off the bench or play. But then can lead the line if Raul Jimenez ever gets injured. Because if Jimenez gets injured, they struggle.
Yeah, I think they've got enough quality in the wide areas. I'd quite like Traore, Neto's there. Yeah. You've got someone else.
They're playing Jota. Neto's off the bench at the moment.
Midfield's decent.
Fine.
We might look at it and go, do you know what? Moutinho's getting quite old. We might try to replace him. They've got Dendoncker.
Yeah, and they've got the Morgan Gibbs-White as well.
I think he's more of a winger, mate. He'd be
Morgan Gibbs-White's a holding midfielder.
I don't think he is, but yeah.
He's not a winger.
He's more of a winger, mate, 100%.
No, he's not.
But
never plays on the wing, plays in the centre of midfield.
I guarantee right now, Morgan Gibbs-White does not play in defensive midfield.
Plays in the centre of midfield.
100%. He's a wide man who might play in a attacking midfield role, but he's definitely not a defensive midfielder.
What would you buy?
Probably, I think their fullback's quite good. Maybe a decent centre half.
I'd just buy a backup centre forward.
I don't like their back two. They've obviously got rid of Bennett as well. I quite like Cody, but I think that you could probably get someone better.
Okay. What, a Nathan Ake?
Yeah, you could easily.
Okay.
100%.
I'll give you that. Man United. They bought a centre forward. They
need proper goals. Not even that. Need proper goals.
Yeah, but that could be Mason Greenwood this time next year.
It could be, but Galo's rubbish. So what I don't understand.
We don't know that. Galo always scores goals wherever he goes. His goal scoring record's fantastic.
I think for me that is probably the most random worst transfer deadline.
If when Igalo went to China, if he'd gone to Man United then, you'd have been saying good signing. And 100%. I don't think that he's regressed much. He's only 30. He's not that old.
No, I get that, but he's not the calibre of Man United. But he is.
But Man United isn't what Man United was.
No, I get that, but he's not. If he came to Arsenal, I nearly swore there, but I'd be fuming.
Yeah.
And if you went to Spurs, you'd be fuming. But like, why is he coming here?
I'd actually be alright with it.
No,
I'd be fine for what we need right now.
I think
I'd be
he's
fine
poor footballer.
because I think that he would be fine sitting on the bench for Harry Kane as well.
Poor footballer who wants too much money, doesn't score enough goals. I'm sorry, he's not good enough.
He scores goals. That's the one thing you can't accuse him of
Doesn't.
not
No,
doing.
he doesn't. He had a shocker for Watford at times. He had a blinding
He scored
season,
loads of goals,
then
though.
barely scored after that.
What would you get then?
I would
Centre
get
forward.
a top quality defensive midfielder.
What? But if Scott McTominay coming back in,
No, I'll get someone decent.
I'd buy centre forward.
I'm going to get Kante.
I'd still buy centre forward.
Money, go for it.
Oh, I don't think you'd go there. Sheffield United
They had the
striker.
I'm going to say right now, they had the best window of the entire Premier League. Sanderberg is brilliant.
Yeah.
Restos at the back is brilliant. Greek under 21 captain. Improves their side. They are a very, very good side. As you say, they miss a few goals, and as you say, that's where you probably improve.
Yeah, I'd buy centre forward.
Go and get someone a little bit more prolific.
Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, again, that's
Again,
the only person
Ollie
we could ever
Watkins.
mention. I can't think of anyone else.
Yeah, but he's banging them in the Championship. Ollie Watkins is, and he's the one. And it's not just that he's banging them in the Championship. He's the one who looks like he can make the step up to the Premier League for me.
Yeah, agrees. And I really like their business. They've done it really well.
And I feel like he'd suit their style. He's been a winger, now he's playing through the middle. He'd suit a 2-up.
He's like a Moise, isn't he? In a sense, he can play kind of off of someone and still cause damage. I quite like him.
Yeah, I think he'd do. I think he'd do well there. Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham need a striker.
Yeah, at the moment, if Kane's out for the rest of the season, you're absolutely buggered.
I think our midfield's fine now.
I'm shocked you didn't do any business for a striker.
Well, Bergwijn to then move Mora and Son inside is what.
I get that. But even just take someone on loan for 6 months, even though
Belly's been doing it as well. Yeah.
As much as I hate Garlo, even you might have gone. Do you know what?
Yeah, I would have. I'd have been fine with it.
Yeah.
Right back as well. And a left back, full backs. Tottenham aren't great.
Or is an absolute liability.
Yeah, Tanganga's been playing left back, but he's not naturally a left back. But he works for Mourinho's system. I don't know whether I'd buy with lacking striker or a full back more.
I think fullbacks is a bigger issue.
Yeah,
considering
I'd
Kane
go
will
and
probably
buy a
back
full
full now.
back.
Yeah.
I'd go in and buy a full back. Chelsea.
I'm firstly shocked they didn't do any business. I thought they might have done something. I'm a bit surprised Giroud stayed.
They need actually. I can tell you what. I can tell you right now what Chelsea need, and that's a left back. That's their biggest problem area.
Yeah,
As
Emerson
Piliqueta's been doing it, Emerson and Alonso aren't good enough to play in a 4.
No, and there's always that question mark about Abraham. Is he good enough to score goals at Premier League level? He's done it for a while. There's still something about him. I'll get another striker.
I'd buy a left
they
back.
were going for a striker as well.
I'd buy a left back. On to Leicester City in 3rd in the Premier League at the moment. Leicester, for me, it's squad depth. I'd buy another striker. Inacho's been doing really well, actually. I'd buy another centre half. I'd buy Tarkovsky. I'd go and get Tarkovsky and have him in there as an option at centre half who's going to really push Suyuncu to play well. If Suyuncu doesn't have a good game, Tarkovsky can come in next to Evans and do really well.
I'd go and get another Ndidi. He needs someone in there to fill his gap when he's not
Chowdhury's not done it, is he?
No, exactly. That's the area. I think their entire squad, as you say, is top quality. It's just depth. They're struggling for depth.
Yeah, depth. So with either a centre back or a whole.
Yeah, just depth around the pitch.
Yeah. Manchester City. Now this is an interesting one because they've been wobbling a bit recently. Personally, the obvious one is a centre back because then Fernandinho can move back into the midfield and that solves 2 problems.
I think they need about 5 or 6 players. I think they need to properly rebuild. I think there's too many players at the kind of back end of their careers. You go, do you know what? Fernandinho's gone. I quite like Gundogan, but I think he maybe,
I'd bring Foden in there. I'd bring Foden into the midfield.
And centre halves aren't good enough.
Your centre halves are terrible. The
You get
fullbacks
2
are.
new centre halves.
Fullbacks are sort of losing. a bit.
Walker's gone for me. Unfortunately, I think you get someone better.
Mendy's too injury prone.
Yeah, there's
Cancelo's all right.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but there's 4 players there already. You could get two fullbacks. You could get 2 centre halves. You could get basically back 4 there.
But again, to get them through the rest of this season, the
yeah.
thing that they've missed out on signing is a central defender. Laporte will come back, but they still don't have the reliable players playing next to him. I'd say it'd be John Stones, but he's obviously not in favour. And I'd want to move Fernandinho back into the centre midfield.
Yeah,
Centre back.
I think it's proper centre half. Yeah.
Yeah. Liverpool. There's only one thing that they could possibly buy, and that's a backup left back. James Milner does it, but he's better in the midfield. That's the only thing I could even. They've got 4 centre backs who'll do the job. Then you can play Joe Gomez as your second right back. They've got 6 midfielders that are fine. The front three's great. The players in common for the front three now. They've got Minamino's good. Oxlade-Chamberlain can do it. The Shaqiri's still there. Origi does well when he comes in. It's literally just if Robertson goes off, Milner plays left back, and as much as he does well there, I'd buy a backup left back.
I'd get a top quality centre forward. That would be where I'd improve the squad.
I think Firmino's.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
important.
I agree. I'd start Firmino every day of the week. But I think to take them to the next level.
But there's no
someone
next level. They
decent.
are at the top level. They're the boss.
Oh, they are. But agreed. You could always improve. You're never.
Yeah, okay.
Never
So
top of the
how
pot.
do you start Firmino if you've got a centre forward in with Salah and Mane? The sides.
But that's the thing.
shouldn't
But
come
you
into
look at it
midfield.
in the Spurs thing of we need someone to challenge. We need to challenge. We need someone to push this squad on.
Yeah.
And you cannot sit still. Every time a squad sits still, they
Yeah.
go backwards.
I'm talking more like if we were doing this at the end of the season, I'd agree with you. But for a January transfer,
Oh,
for
right
the
now,
rest of
left
this
back,
season,
done.
a backup left back, easy.
Bye. Now, bye.
All right, that was the third pub football special. Remember, if there's any topic that you'd like us to cover in football, leave it in the comments below the video. Also, please like and subscribe. Hit the little alert button so that you know when we're posting our content. We'll be back later on in the week. I believe Thursday night we'll be filming to have a look ahead towards this weekend's fixtures. Shorter fixture list at the moment, of course, because it is the winter break.
Isn't it?
Yeah, there's 2 games each day.
Oh,
2 games each
wonderful.
day. Woo. That was Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. Cheers.
Cheers.